What's up guys, in this video we're going to show you the 6 words and topics that you absolutely need to avoid when you're talking to a girl. Alright, so these are the 6 things you want to avoid when you're talking to a girl. Make sure you guys watch until the very end because you don't want to make one of these mistakes. The first one is pretty obvious, politics and religion. But even though this is common knowledge, you'd be surprised how often guys make the mistake of talking about this, right? Guys will be like, oh, let me check if she's a Republican, let me check if she's a Democrat. And this is a lose-lose. Best case scenario, she's the same political affiliation as you, and you just have a very platonic, logical discussion, which takes away from the fun, seductive vibe you're trying to establish. Worst case scenario is she's the other political affiliation, which creates an adversarial type of vibe, and a lot of girls, especially the liberal girls, just absolutely will refuse to have sex with a guy that is conservative, right? So you absolutely don't want to bring this up. I can even say, like me, myself, I'm kind of towards the center on a lot of political issues, and probably even closer to the left. Natty is like, more of a traditional Democrat, and even with that, she has said, if I knew originally that you were like kind of like a centrist, I don't know if I would have hooked up with you. So again, even you seem like you're not that far apart on the political spectrum, you'd be surprised for how many girls is a deal breaker. So you just simply avoid politics and religion. If the girl asks you, oh, what's your political affiliation? You just make a joke. You say, oh, I'm a diehard Trump fan. I'm one of his biggest supporters. Or you can be like, yeah, I'm voting Kanye. Of course, you're not voting Kanye in 2024, right? So again, you just make a joke out of it and then you change the topic, right? So that's the first one. The second one is trigger words. There are several trigger words that you absolutely want to avoid because they will just set off a negative reaction in the girl's mind. Rape, murder, killer, kidnap, roofie, abuse, and STD. These are all words that should be avoided, right? There's no reason to talk about killing or rape or murder or STDs, right? So just avoid these words and avoid these topics because again, that's going to set off a negative cascade of emotions in the girl's mind, which you want to avoid. Number 3, continuously bringing up ex-girlfriends. Bringing up your ex-girlfriend once or twice in a funny way is okay, but you don't want to be continuously bringing up your ex. This is something girls say time and time again. Yeah, I like this guy, I thought he was cool, but you kept talking about his ex, and it was a massive turnoff, right? So you don't want to compare your current girl to your ex. You don't want to just keep talking about your ex, whether it's good or bad. You just want to leave the past in the past. Now, bringing it up once in a funny way is okay, but continuously bringing it up is a no-go. Number 4, sad or tragic stories, right? You don't want to share any stories about suicide, about depression, about hardships, about any of that, right? Because what you want to do is have a very positive interaction. You want positive, positive, positive. You don't want any negative stories, right? Even if it's a really deeply emotional story about how your ex, cheated on you with some dude and then how you found your way through the world. Now you're this ultimate pickup guy. Don't share those negative stories. You want to keep everything positive. Positive stories good, negative stories bad. Number 5, anything that involves shaming or judging someone's sexuality, right? So the last thing you want to do is tell any story or make any statement which implies that you were judging someone's sexuality. Because even if it's something like, my ex was into like me fucking, drowning her and calling her a dumb little slut, right? Even though it's something extreme like that and you kind of say it in a way that judges that person, then the girl will think, well, shit, is he going to judge me for my sexuality? So that is the absolute last thing you want to do is make it seem like you're a guy who judges people for their sexuality. You want to have a very open type of vibe where the girl feels like, I can actually be really, really open with this guy about what I desire and what I want. And number 6 is stories that DLV you. DLV stands for display low over value, right? So it can be something like, my ex was cheating on me, or I found out she told me I had a small penis. Anything that makes you look bad in a negative light. Now again, a little bit of self-deprecating humor is okay, but that is different than stories. Stories where the theme is that you look bad. You want stories where you look good when it's not an obvious try-hard way. But the last thing you want is, again, tell stories where you are actually the loser in the story because, again, the girl will think like, well, geez, this guy sounds like the loser in this story. I wonder if he's still a loser in real life. All right, hopefully you guys found this video valuable. And if you're enjoying this content, do me a favor and smash the like button, hit subscribe, click the bell for notification, and share this video with a friend or two because it really, really helps in the algorithm. If you want to see more videos on topics that you need to avoid, check out this video on top 5 worst dating advices ranked, or check out our brand new clips channel where we have all the good highlights from all the live streams that you might have missed.